I thought you said I was going to be in Texas. This doesn't look like Texas. Is it? What? New York? Oh, hi, Lucas here from New York. How did I get here? I'm such an outsider. Things have been going pretty good so far. This nice guy on the street made all my money disappear. Guess he's like some kind of magician. But what I'm really here to do is talk about WGN America's latest show, Season 2 of Outsiders.
And action!
Look around. We are a family. We're united or we perish.
Peters, thank you so much for talking with me today. As a viewer that watches shows, it's always nice to see that there's a direction where something's going. Did you know that you were going to get a certain amount of episodes for the first season?
Yeah, I think that was probably very appealing that you were given 13 episodes.
Unlike most networks that, buy a pilot and then make a decision,
Right.
They decided to invest in a whole season.
I said, let's go. Stop right there. I said, stop.
A lot of what I bring to Sally Ann is very true to the bone. I grew up a poor black girl in a small town, and I know a lot of people who work really, really hard and have lost jobs and have issues with family.
They can't just take stuff, right?
Tell me a little bit about how your character's changed from the first season to this season.
At the beginning of season 2, Little is charged with finding the corpse of his father and ends up running into some trouble at the bottom of the mountain in town.
Get in! Stop that! Drop the knife right now!
I'm from a small town that has people that aren't as extreme. I'm from Oklahoma, so I'm definitely
But you're not,
outsider.
Oklahoma City's not small.
Well, I'm from a small town from
Where are you
there, Minco.
Minco.
Population almost 1,500.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sure you've heard of it. We have, not as extreme as this, but we have very strong families. With the society that we're kind of in right now, political and stuff like that, does it almost seem like this could kind of be possible, like in our future? These kind of things
A
really
scenario
happening?
like this?
Yes.
One of the interesting things about the Farrells that hasn't been reconciled at this point is the idea that somebody's actually made a choice to do this. It doesn't just happen that someone's just like scattered some seeds in the wind and you've just ended up with a bunch of Celtic Gaelic speaking, people who've chosen to look that way and speak that way. And then at some point in time they've made a choice to do this thing. And I think that's really interesting.
For more years than we know, we have lived as we choose to live, free, by our own rules, according to our own ways. This is our land, and we will never leave this mountain.
This has been a really unusual experience, challenging in a lot of ways. I think most people know me as a comedy writer or some version of that. And there was certainly a lot of comedy in Rescue Me, even though there was drama in that as well. This is pure drama, really. In a way, it's actually been really good for me to know that I can write it. Yeah. Unless I can't write it, but I mean, to think that I can write it, it's a different thing for me, and it actually, I think, has been good for me as a writer.
Hold up there, Foster. We can't go down there unless Lady Ray says yes. You know that.
I am going to be making the rules from now on. Son, you coming?
Don't worry, we'll be safe.
With what your character is going to be doing this season, how is that different from the first?
Gwyn probably had some pretty strong opinions on how things should be done and went around telling people what they should be doing, and now finds herself having to put her money where her mouth is a little bit.
You thought this job was going to be easy.
And do not take this passage lightly. There's something for everybody in this show.
You're lying, you're going to pay for it.
If liberals could say, this is our show, or conservatives could say, this is our show, we're doing something wrong.
That's right.
We want
There you
them
go.
all to be able to say,
There you go.
we get that. That feels like us.
Everybody is an outsider to somebody. So we're all outsiders, and if we can just treat each other the same a little bit more, that would be good. Now that sounds like, I gotta go accept my Nobel Prize.
That's right. That's what this is actually
I just
for.
remembered that.
Congratulations.
I just remembered. I have to go pick that up.
Well, that was it. Your first look at Outsiders Season 2 coming to WGN America very soon. I can't wait for that. Now I just don't know how to get home. So somebody can give me a ride home? Somebody give me a ride home? Hello?